Well, good morning, and welcome to the Morning Report. My name is Willie Lawson. The Morning Report is a production of FightBackMedia.com, 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 and FightBackMediaTV.com. Trust that you are well on this glorious, sunny. Looking out the window here. Sunny Tuesday morning. It is the 28th of March. Is it sun and fun time now? I think it's sun and fun time. I need to get over there. Maybe I'll get over there on Thursday. The Sun and Fun Fly-In in Lakeland is happening this week, I believe, and it is always a gas. Let's see here. I'll make sure I got this right. Yes, the Sun and Fun Fly-In in Lakeland, Florida. Maybe I'll go Wednesday, or not Wednesday, but Thursday, because my wife got to go somewhere Wednesday. I'll head on over there. It'll be a good time. It always is. Alrighty. Let's see here. Yesterday, some parents yesterday got the absolute worst news that a parent could get. I did a TikTok video on this. Yes, I'm going to use TikTok until it's not there anymore. The Chinese now have all the information about me that Facebook and Twitter and Instagram have. I guess I'm not a national security risk, I guess. There was a shooting at a Christian school in Tennessee. I think it's called Covenant. And make sure I get the name right. Yeah, Covenant School. It's a private Christian school in Tennessee, in Nashville. Some parents there got the worst news they could have possibly ever gotten. Either when they got to school after hearing about the shooting, or hopefully not by phone call. Maybe a police officer visited their home. And I'm a parent. I don't have a small child, obviously. I have a grown person as a child. But still, I can't imagine. My son is 32. So I want to make sure that everybody understands where I am with this. My son is 32 years old, and I can't imagine a world without him in it. I can't imagine a world without him in it. Okay. So I've always had this heart for parents who lose children, especially young children. It is unbelievably heart-wrenching. Unbelievably heart-wrenching. And what is worse now, if it could be worse, is that now we are going to get into a conversation about something other than the lives of those 3 children and 3 adults that were senselessly slaughtered yesterday. 6 people, 3 kids and 3 adults, who were shot and killed at Covenant School, a private Christian learning institution. There was a press conference, and of course the anti-gun lobby showed up and hijacked the press conference on an incident there. It was about the incident. The Biden White House will probably push the usual talking points about banning these so-called assault weapons, which will be echoed by their allies on gun issues every time. And I've said this before, that the left will stand on the bodies of dead children to push their agenda for sure. So unlike the shootings at Michigan State University and East High School in Denver, Colorado, this perpetrator used a handgun and had 2 AR-15 style rifles. So you can already hear the gun left licking their lips. Now they have a chance to score some points, except they can't, because they have painted themselves into a corner. Before I go on, I keep telling you that a lot of what we're seeing is a cultural battle. Culture. Thank you, Andrew Breitbart. Politics is downstream of the culture. politics is downstream of the culture. Audrey Hale, who's identified as the shooter, this person identified as transgender. Now we've got a protected class of people, a newly protected class of people, is the horrible person. Now, Hale was shot and killed by the police during the assault. Audrey Hale was 28 years old and has identified as transgender now. According to what we've learned, that um, she was at some point, although we don't know at this point, a student at the school. She'd gone to that school. Tennessee had just passed some laws. Basically, now this is the insanity of the left and the machine that pushes the culture. This is they share a culpability in some of this, or at least in her mental state, that the laws they push had to do with drag shows and the like. And the only thing that they said in the legislation is, hey, listen, y'all got to stop having sexual drag shows in front of kids. Oh, yeah, and you can't have strippers and topless dancers and the like in front of kids. Now, I don't know why that hasn't been the case all along. That, because kids can't go to titty bars, right? You can't just whip out your willy and start wagging in front of children. Yeah, they'll put you in jail for that in a lot of places. You can't just rip out your gazongas and start going bump, 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 at the elementary school, right? Right? Is that an unreasonable thing? I don't think so. So this is what's happening in Tennessee. However, the culture is pushing it as an attack on the trans community, which it clearly is not. So apparently there is a manifesto, journal, whatever, with basically maps and potential targets the shooter had planned this attack, and giving the setting, a hate crime cannot be ruled out. I guess if you're gonna play that game of hate crime, yeah, the lingering question will remain unsolved as the transgender mass shooter is one story the media will avoid like the plague. A transgender school shooter. Wait, again, going back to the culture. These people in these protected classes are perfect just as they are. No reason to change them, right? Here's what NBC News says. The shooter, Audrey Hale, 28, of Nashville, identified as transgender and has no previous criminal record, according to the chief. Drake said that his investigators are working on a possible motive, but declined to reveal that on Monday afternoon. There's right now a theory that we may be able to talk about later, but it's not confirmed, the chief said. As specifically if Hale's identity could have factored into the killer's motive, Drake said, there's some theory to that. We're investigating all the leads. Hale was heavily armed, according to the chief, who said the shooter had two AR-style weapons and a handgun. Two of the three weapons were legally obtained in the Nashville area. Okay. Hale was confronted by 5 officers, and 2 of them opened fire, killing the attacker, authority says. All right. Interesting. Now, what we're all sort of saying, after this, I'll be remiss if I don't do this. After praying for the families of the 6 people that were murdered, we're all going to sit here and wonder, and we're wondering, how much are these people going to push this story? And what side are they going to push from? The shooters at Michigan State and East High School were Black. Have we heard? Those stories just kind of went away, didn't they? Why? Because according to the left, I'm Black, a protected class. Black, a protected class. I am not. I don't need you to protect me. Thank you very much. Thank you. Just step the hell over there. The shelf life of this heinous school shooting isn't going to last past a week for reasons you already know. The past string of mass shootings does not fit the liberal media narrative. When the weapon of choice isn't an AR-15, the clock to expiration starts ticking. When the members of a community, the media loathes to expound upon when they're the prime suspects in crimes, especially violent ones, the timeline to move on to the next subject is accelerated immensely. And that's a shame. And that is a shame. That is a terrible shame. The Nashville police say we have a manifesto. We have some writings that we're going over to pertain to this day. Nashville Police Chief John Drake said about the discovery. He added that Hale was prepared to do more harm than was actually done. They're already trying to spin what's happening, and you're going to start seeing that. You're going to start seeing that. Let's see here. Other people, my mouse is getting weird here. All right, running out of time. To recap, we have a deranged transgender lunatic that was pretty obviously radicalized by the far left talk of genocide being committed by those on the right. And the New York Times, MSNBC, and other outlets are laser focused on making sure that we don't misgender the shooter because they want it to be a he. Because me and my friend Brian were talking about this. Brian's a little younger than me, but only by about a month or so. It's white guys who do this kind of stuff, right? It's white guys who do this kind of stuff. So it's not women, hardly women. Women take their kids and drive them into a lake, strapped in, and then they get out. They don't go to schools and shoot them up. Hey, the media hacks are going to try as quickly as they can to move on from this story. Nothing's happening here. Not address that they bear some culpability because of some of the stories that they've run and the agendas that they had said, that these laws on keeping children away from prurient drag shows are. And that's what those Tennessee laws are. No one's attacking drag queens. No one's attacking transgender people. Whenever I hear somebody say, well, transgender people are getting attacked and killed and beaten, I always go, where and when? Show me, because that's terrible. No one's been able to. Maybe you can down in the comments. My name is Willie Lawson. This has been the Morning Report. Morning Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. Until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We'll see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.